The Runaway Cricket Ball by Stephen Aitken. The hot summer sun finally sank behind the deodar trees of the Kaistar Mountain. The school cricket players breathed a sigh of relief. Chatter of sunbirds had fallen to a single tweet on the dry, hard Himraj school ground. It was the final ball of the day. Ajay was at bat. "Come on, Sonu, show me what you've got," said Ajay, tapping his bat twice on the ground. The orange lettering on his India Sahara cricket shirt was faded, covered in dust. He needed only one more run to win for his side. Ajay planted his feet and glared at the bowler. The ball came in low and fast, dropping towards Ajay's feet. "He's going for the Yorker, just what I thought." He shuffled forward. Crack! Ajay rolled his wrists with arms straight, just like Mr. Vixen had taught him. The ball rose high, above the bowler into the deep blue Himalayan sky. Sonu, the bowler, stretched his neck upwards to watch, his bowling arms still straight out in front of him. Perfect shot. One bounce off the stony outfield and the ball quickly rolled for a 4. But then it kept rolling. "Himesh, stop the ball, man!" Himesh looked up from the book he was reading under the neem tree at the end of the school ground. The ball sped past him and started bouncing down the mountainside. "No!" yelled the players. "Get it!" Himesh lifted his lanky frame upright, carefully marked his place in the paperback, then turned and took off down the hill. The ball careened off rocks and trees as it picked up momentum. Himesh stretched his legs, gripped the stones on the path with the thin soles of his rubber chuppels. "Oh no, it's heading towards the ravine." With one quick motion, Himesh grabbed onto a small sapling with his right hand and swung off the path in pursuit. He liked this part of the chase. The cool air blew through his hair. He could feel the strength of the mountain. Startled mynah birds flew from the shrubs. Their white banded wings flagged the course of the ball. Shree! Shree! A tiny brown warbler bounced from the dried grasses. Ricket! Ricket! Crickets tracked the ball like an electronic surveillance system, peppered with the crunch of Himesh's feet on the sticks and stones of the ravine. He slipped between the cacti and the dogwoods as smoothly as the rhythm of the Beas River flowing in the valley down below. Just then a nettle bush caught Himesh's dangling arm. Ouch! The sting of its tiny needles was followed by a familiar, annoying itch. Without breaking his stride, Himesh grabbed some leaves from a plant growing nearby and rubbed his forearm. The soothing oils started their work almost immediately. There it is. The ball had stopped under a big boulder lodged in the ravine. He grabbed it with one hand and sprinted back up to the playground. "Here, I got it, Ajay," Himesh said proudly to his older brother. "What took you so long?" snapped Ajay. "Were you sleeping down there?" Himesh lowered his head. "Well, it rolled really far," he stammered. But Ajay was already teasing Sonu about the last ball of the day. "So that's your idea of a Yorker?" he said, slapping Sonu on the back. Himesh turned to go back to his neem tree, but Mr. Vixen, their teacher, was waving at them. He quickly approached. "Good use of the wrists, Ajay, and you kept your elbows nicely locked." "Thank you, Coach," said Ajay. "If you boys keep playing like this, the Hillcats just might make it to the Kulu district finals. We only need one more boy to be able to field a full team." "What about that brother of yours, Ajay? We could stick him in the outfield." "Can he bat?" asked Mr. Vixen. "He's not much good at anything to do with cricket, sir, other than reading about it," said Ajay. Then he quickly added, "But it would be such an honor for our team to play in the district final, sir." "I'll call your parents if I hear anything," said Mr. Vixen. Ajay whacked Himesh on the backside with his bat as Mr. Vixen left. "How about that? Come on, Himu. Let's go home. I'll race you up the hill." Ajay reached their mountain home first. Himesh didn't try to beat him. It was easier that way. Mama and Papa were just returning from the fields. Himesh was 3 years younger than Ajay. He was a gentle boy who loved each and every animal they raised on their farm, even the bulls. He especially loved the cows. Ajay would often stretch out his house name just to tease him. Himu, Himu, where are you? Himesh had a growth spurt when he turned 10 in the previous August. Ma, did you make my new kurta pajamas? Himesh was still getting used to the length of his limbs. The arms on his kurta were now several inches too short. His pants barely covered his skinny calves, a fact that did not go unnoticed by his teasing classmates. I'll sew them for you when you stop growing so fast, said Mama, adding, I've got more important things to do on this farm than sew new clothes for you every 2 weeks. For the first 2 years of his life, Himesh was happy to sit on the floor. He drew cows and horses and looked at pictures in books and magazines. Papa's new cell phone fascinated him. It wasn't long before he knew more about it than his father. A few months after his 3rd birthday, Himesh was learning to make his letters, not much later than when Ajay started. Ajay was strong and athletic from the day he pulled himself up from the mud floor in the kitchen to take his first few steps. He loved any sport that had a ball in it. Sometimes, like today, he batted for both sides in their after-school cricket matches. All the teams wanted him on their side. Papa, get the phone, it's ringing, yelled Ajay. Okay. Hello? Yes? Of course I'll tell them. Papa hung up. Who was it? Asked Mama. Papa looked puzzled. That was Mr. Vixen. He said Ajay's team, the Hillcats, have been selected to play in the Kulu district finals. They want Himesh to play too. Himesh! He's in the bedroom, said Mama. Himesh heard Papa and Ajay's loud cheering in the living room. He put down the book he was reading, walked over to the open bedroom window. He gripped the sill with both hands and drank a deep breath of mountain air.